Well, hi, it's Rob from Brisbane, Australia, and good morning, good evening, good afternoon. And I'd just like to share some thoughts from a video I saw yesterday. And there's a number of us, over 1,000, 1,400 I think is the number, were involved in a free traffic boot camp which runs for 30 days. And part of that is creating content every day. And there's been written content or video, you can have your choice, but up until now, I and many others of us have done written. So today is the first day of video for me, and at the halfway point, Alex Ford shared a video, a webinar about knowing our why, and so as we launch into the video series, and also some really helpful tips on shooting videos. But I thought, well, knowing your why, and we hear about this a lot. You've got to know your why with anything you do. I thought, that would make a really good topic for a video. And I got thinking about my why a little bit more. And I mean, this has been sometimes a big question mark. Just what is it? And if I reflect back, for me, it was knowing where I was and where I didn't want to be in 5 years. So reversing it back, I guess you could say, in some ways. And at the time, I was working in sales, and things were changing income-wise and all that sort of thing. And I began looking for an online business, and I could see that as the way of the future. So that became the catalyst of things going south with my sales agency business. I was a commissioned agent, and the company changed the territories and my income. So that really gave me the little shove I needed to start pursuing the online business world, which I did. So, but to look at that perhaps a little bit further, what was my why? Why was I looking for something beyond that with what I was doing? Well, one, I was approaching retirement years, and I could see that wasn't going to get me to where I was going. And I love travel, and I wanted the freedom, and I think that's probably the number one thing for all of us. We want the freedom. We just express it in different ways. We have different ways of saying what that means for us. So I was looking for the freedom to create an online business and operate anywhere in the world where I could go and travel and still run my business, generate income, and essentially just have that freedom to be able to do that on my terms, when it worked for me, time wise and all that sort of thing. But I mean, beyond that, there's a lot more for sure. I was looking to provide, I guess, more for my children, even though they're both growing up. But to provide more for them, to be able to help them out more, and perhaps help them get into a house or that sort of thing. It's quite difficult here in Australia for young people these days, just to get up a deposit. So to be able to do that to help them, and other things, give to wildlife charities. I'm a big believer in doing whatever we can to better our planet, both the people in it and the animals in the environment. So to do whatever we can, and certainly money is a big part of that. If you haven't got money to do that, sure, you can donate time, but money certainly makes it a lot easier to make those sort of changes, and positive impacts on those things. So that's probably essentially was my why. Was to create a business which would give me that freedom, and also the financial independence, which is a big one. But to be able to operate wherever I wanted to, and associate with people of like mind, and there's a lot of us. The online world is very, very it's booming. Business education industry, that is absolutely huge, and it's getting bigger and bigger all the time, which is what I'm in, business education, online business education. And with that also comes the thought of You know, it's not always pretty. A friend of mine is very, very successful. He's got a saying which I really, really like. Success doesn't always look pretty, and it doesn't. You know, you can start off full of enthusiasm, and I think, this is going to be great. And I'll learn, and you do. I mean, I take the learning new skills. I'm open to that. I continue to persist through that, and not having sort of come from that background, well, there has been a big learning curve. But I mean, there's been times, and maybe the same for you, where you think, is this really worth it? And that's where you need to really know your why and dig deep. And there's been times when my why has wavered, so I'm not sure, and get a little bit wishy-washy with it all. But it all seems to come back together. By taking action, I've found that's one of the keys to continue to take action, and then you build your self-belief and your confidence, and you start to generate some success, and then the thing becomes self-generating, like a snowball or a big wheel, as you start to get it moving, and it becomes self-generating. So that's my little 2 cents worth. I hope that's valuable, and with a little bit of luck, my YouTube channel will be working, and you'll be able to subscribe and give me a like. If not, give me a like, I should say. Yep, and a life. And if it's not, then I've got more work to do. But in the meantime, I'm going to start right where I am. It's day 15, I think, day 15 of the challenge. So we're well and truly on the other side of it all. It's been a great experience. I've certainly learned a lot. Things that I never even knew existed. Platforms I'd never heard of, medium.com, where you can write content and just so easy to use, I'd never even heard of it. So it's just been a fantastic learning experience, and to think that, I was procrastinating, I was dithering, that I'm not sure if I want to do this or not. I want to do it, but I don't know if I can commit to it, and in the end, as we often have to do, it's just a matter of taking the plunge and doing, and then the power develops from there, from action itself. So that's my little bit. I hope you enjoy. Have a great day or great afternoon or evening, and look forward to connecting next time. Bye for now.